Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Sunday Fun Day. We are joining you on March 3rd, Tuesday, March 3rd, down the corner. The days seem like they're getting a little warmer, and already we're going to get into what this draft is. My Wi-Fi is just, it's infuriating. Like both you guys lagged right away there. I don't know. Did I come through normal?
Most of it.
Yeah. Just like the first couple words, and then you were good.
We can't be putting out episodes like that. I couldn't, like last week's. I hope it was listen. Did you listen at all, Jesse?
Not the whole thing, just because I was on it. But
I listened to the last half hour, and it's definitely
yeah.
I don't want to say too much because you'll just get so mad at me if I say anything.
No, it's unlistenable.
It's kind of shit.
It's unlistenable. It's bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know if
I think you should get like a computer where you can like plug in like a Ethernet cable right into it from your router.
It's not a bad idea. I'm shocked. I don't know where you pulled that from, but that's a good idea.
Get me a computer that I can get an Ethernet cable. What?
Well,
This is.
Yeah.
We might just be shutting this down. I don't know, like if I'm gonna lag the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
We can try it anyways. I guess just go for it a bit. But if it gets real bad a couple times, I guess we just shut her down.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what to say. In that vein or in that topic, though, we're hoping to be drafting things that make us fuming mad. I'm fuming mad right now. Matt's not helping. Matt, my list could just be things Matt does, and I could fill a draft with that, no problem. But we do have things. Brett's gonna be joining us later. Again, if we keep going, he's gonna be joining us.
Worst case, we're coming at you. You know, what's the March 3rd, March 10th, or whatever next week, or later this week, or whatever. Worst case.
Yeah.
Same draft still.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess they wouldn't hear this if so.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're gonna be Matt and I. If you were a listener when Chump Talk, rest in peace, Chump Talk was going. If you were a listener, Matt and I did a lot of these drafts, probably 15 to 20, I would have to guess. We did a lot of them with producer Junk. Jesse, I remember you were actually on for one. I remembered that today. Brett has never done one, I don't believe. Brett came on a Chump Talk, wanted to do it, so he'll be he might not be in this one, but I say we do. I was thinking about this in the off season. If we commit until next football season to doing 5 of these, so 4 more after this one, whenever, random times. And then our poll's going to be going up on Instagram. We got to figure out, Jesse, maybe you can help with this. I remember there was an app when we were doing it with Jump Talk. We just need to figure out we got 4 people's picks, and then we'll put those on our Instagram story with the option for people to vote who has the best draft. And then so we'll take a first place, second place, third place, fourth place from each draft, and we'll have standings going. Like you get 4 points for a win. We'll have standings going through those 5, and then we gotta think of maybe a reward for the winner or a punishment for the loser. And speaking of which, Matt, I was kicking myself for not remembering this last podcast, but you and Brett possibly came up with some punishments for me for losing cover game for the year.
Yep.
Do you have options? Because last we left it was you and Brett were going to come up with a few options, or maybe 2 or 3 options for me, and I was going to get to pick which punishment out of those 3. That's how we left it last.
We kind of have like an option that we like much better than the other options.
Okay.
But I don't know. We can save it for when Brett's around too, or I don't care. But
okay, we can wait till Brett, because it does sound like he's hopefully going to be able to join near the end of this. So maybe we have to remember when he comes on to bring this up.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
We will.
Sounds good.
Because I do need to fulfill my punishments. I also need to get inked up soon. I'm in talks with my my tattooer That's
Are
going to happen
you-
soon.
Are you gonna spill like where and what exactly you're getting at all, or is that just gonna be a surprise?
No, what's going to be for sure a surprise. There would obviously there will be JA17 as a part of it. It would more than likely not be just JA17 though. Location somewhere on the leg. Location leg. Not exactly sure where on the leg yet, but will be a
Nice.
leg tat. Yeah.
Nice.
You
Mhm.
can't like make a word that starts with JA though, and then say
No.
that counts.
No, correct. JA17 will be on its own on this tattoo. There might just be
Okay.
there might be something with it.
I thought for sure that's what you were gonna do. Have like a JA word somehow.
If there's anyone that would do it, it's Brady.
What's that?
Mhm.
Sorry, I'd lagged out.
I just thought for
What?
sure
Do
that's
what?
what you were gonna do was come up with some loophole, like have a JA word somehow.
No, I'm a man of my word. Matt's not. We remember last punishment. He had to switch the punishment around.
Don't get me going on that.
And DSAB's certainly not. DSAB still owes. I think is it a Joe Burrow tat he owes us?
Yeah, it's something to do with Cincy. I remember that.
Yeah. He was the original. He was the original make a bet that there was no win for like him. It was only a loss for him because he was so confident. Something to do with the Bengals, either losing or winning. I don't know what it was, but he owes us Bengals tat, which will never come. No chance that's ever coming. And by the way, clean up on DSAB. I forgot to say this in the final Super Bowl episode as well. That when after the Patriots lost and went to our Seattle boys, DSAB was invited on. In fact, he declined the offer. How bad is this lagging right now? How bad is it?
Your voice is fine. Your video is not, but your voice is fine.
The voices, you guys are following clear sentences. It's not as bad as I think it might
Every
be.
now and then it's like a word or two, but then it comes back. It's just the video that makes it look worse than what it is sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, and is your mic for sure plugged in?
You talking to me or Jesse?
You. It seems a little. I don't know if that's just
test.
Oh yeah. That's a good way to
Mhm.
produce.
Mm-hmm.
It's on.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
Jesse, are you hearing that crackle when he talks, or is that just me too?
I'm hearing that crackle when you talk.
When I talk,
Yeah, I hear
Yeah.
it too. Linwood is a train wreck right now. It's crazy.
Another storm rolling through, just like last week.
Might have to move out of Linwood just to the storm. Yeah.
is that any better for me? I hear Matt's crackling. Jesse sounds normal. Is it fully crackling for me?
I mean, it's not unlistenable, but it's.
I never even
crackling.
really noticed the crackle until you said it. I'm like, oh yeah, I do hear a bit of a crackle.
But yeah, I only hear for you.
Now I hear it for everybody. When everybody talks, I just hear it now.
Yeah, there, I didn't hear it for you, so I don't know what's going on. I don't think it's that bad.
All right, let's try to do the draft, and I'm gonna listen back to this tomorrow. And if it's unlistenable, I'm sorry for people. Stick with Sunday Fun Day. Good things to come, but holy shit, this is.
It's happening in the off season, at least.
Yeah, that's true.
True. If this is Super Bowl week right now, that's tough.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna be drafting things that make us fuming mad. That is our first topic of draft. Brett, due to coming on late, will be drafting, but he has to draft after all our picks are done. So hopefully for him, I know he was making a list, so hopefully for him, the top of his list don't get drafted, and he can come up with 4. So it is 4 things. We'll be doing a snake style draft. I'm not sure how we're going to determine that order. We need to determine that now, but it is things that make us fuming mad. And remember, when this goes out, you need to remember what it's going to look like on a graphic. So it can't be like a 2-sentence long thing. Some of mine are like a bit of a sentence. Like you can have a bit of a sentence. But you got to be mindful. It can't be like, you can obviously explain your answer on here, and the people that listen to the episode can get that. But there's also going to be people voting that don't listen to the episode. And I also wanted to say, for people listening that don't have Instagram, because the poll will just be on Instagram, you can have a vote that counts. If you message any of us via text or on any of our other social medias, if you message us and say who you think won the draft based off listening here, we will add that to the total of the number of votes that we get on the Instagram poll. Fair?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
As long
Beautiful.
as we all don't come with 15 votes for our own somehow.
No, they got to. If you get a text, you got to screenshot that right away and send it to the rest of us.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So how are we going to figure out who picks first?
Well, what's the official question of like that we're drafting?
Things that make us fuming mad. So
Fuming mad. Okay.
So you talked about this a little bit before we started recording. There's a difference between like a little bit upset than like fuming, like you're like your teeth clenched, like you're like, I've seen you like that many times. I hope there's something in your draft that I know gets you like this, but it's I'm talking like things that really piss us off. So fuming mad. So I think on the graph, you'll say draft top things that make us fuming mad or make you fuming mad.
Yeah.
So it's a question. Are you gonna draft for what other people think as well, or are you just going fully off your own heart? That's the question that you need to decide between.
Yeah, I think whenever I usually do the things geared towards myself, I think I lose every draft when I do that.
You certainly had a history of losing in the Chump Talk drafts. You certain that is true. Yeah, like there's a few things I'm looking at here that I know get me pissed off that other people probably wouldn't get as pissed off about that. But I have a 1-1 that I will be taking with my first pick if that gets to me. Okay, what
I got a For the People one as my first round pick for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's a quick easy way to decide who goes first between us?
Worst to best Wi-Fi connections.
Ooh. How did we decide? Me and Jesse, we know Brady's last.
Jesse's first because Matt's glitched for me and Jesse hasn't. So Jesse can have first, Matt, then me. Right. Jesse, Matt, me. That's our order.
All right. Well, 1-1 overall. I think things that make you fuming mad. I'm going to say people who drive beneath the speed limit, slower than the speed limit.
Yep.
I can't. Especially roads that you can't pass well on. It just.
Yep.
Got places to be, and I wanted to take bad drivers overall, but I thought that would be a little broad, and there's a lot of different things on the road that make me mad. So
yep, I certainly have some driving related things on my list as well. We'll see if we get to them or not. But I think that's a solid pick. I think a lot of people would agree with you on that.
Yeah, that's a For the People pick, but it is personal to me as well. So.
And that's like not mad. That's fuming mad. It makes you.
Oh yeah. I mean, depending on the situation where I'm going, but most of the time, yeah.
I agree.
If I'm in an 80 zone and I can't go 85 at minimum, I'm pretty wound up.
I'm jonesing for a pass.
I'm not proud of it, but it makes me fuming mad for sure.
You can't put this on the graphic because you didn't say it, but if you would have added driving on this when you're on your way to work, or like when it's and maybe that doesn't relate for you quite as much as a business owner, but for Matt and I, when we're trying to make it at a certain clock in time, and I guess Matt's not really dealing with that either because he lives in Wellesley, but I know there's been.
But that's the thing though, if I have anything that sets me back even a minute, like I can't make up a minute on my drive because my drive is 30 seconds.
Right, that's true.
So any setback in my morning, and I'm confirmed late because I don't have, I can't go $110 to make up for it.
Yep.
I mean, I
get
can,
arrested
but
for that.
I would be bad. It'd be bad news bears.
Yeah. All right, Matt.
No, but my second pick kind of falls into a similar thing. Some recency bias on this one. But also, I feel like everyone can relate. 90% of the time when you go and hop in your car, it's because you have plans to go somewhere. So my pick, your car does not start.
Yeah.
I
Damn.
tell you, that brings some mother F's out of me when
Oh,
that
yeah.
happens.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when, you know, as we just talked about the morning routine and, you know, you got to get the kid to daycare. And after you drop the daycare off, you got to be at work within about 5 or 6 minutes of that. When the car doesn't start, I tell you, you start the morning in a very angry type of way. So,
Yeah.
but I feel like for anyone, you know, usually 90% of the time when you're going somewhere on like a, you know, like a deadline in a way, like you got to be somewhere for a certain time most of the time.
Yeah.
And when your car doesn't start, nothing worse. Firsthand experience the last couple of weeks, especially, just nothing worse.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
car doesn't start.
I think yeah, I think that's a solid pick. And I got back to back here, and both mine. I'm happy. I'm happy to get these two, and they're both in the tech related field, which is a field that, you know, just if you're looking at the broad tech, just tech in general pisses me the hell off. But to get more specific with both of these, my first pick, round 1, 3rd overall, is the 2-step verification to sign into to anything. 2-step verification just pisses me the hell off.
That's a good pick.
That's a great
when
pick.
you see 2-step verification pop up, or you're like, you know, remember my password, go sign it. Just instantly puts me in a bad mood. So 2-step verification is my first pick. And then when you have bad Wi-Fi and you can't do anything about it is my second pick.
Yeah.
Can't, like, what the hell am I supposed to do right now? I'm like, I guess I'm calling
I
Mornington
told you, you got to
tomorrow.
get your Ethernet cable.
Shut the hell up about an Ethernet cable. I'm
Or
you
get Elon over and you get Starlink.
I'm not.
Or you get
I'm
on
not,
the phone tomorrow
I'm
morning.
not getting Starlink, and I'm not buying a new laptop tomorrow. So whatever the other option is, that's what I gotta do.
Is your Wi-Fi near you?
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. I was gonna say maybe you just need like a booster, but
I mean, I've also been sitting. I've been sitting in the same seat all season.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like maybe the connection in Linwood, they're just trying to like phase Linwood out a little bit.
Mornington just came. Mornington just came to Linwood. They're not trying to phase out shit. Linwood's bumping.
There's a big dog ahead of Mornington, and maybe Mornington's getting phased out.
Who's the big dog ahead of Mornington?
Whoever owns Mornington, or whoever they get their towers from, you know. Mornington's not the big dog putting up the towers.
Mornington ain't going anywhere. It's just
no free ad reads, but
yeah,
but Mornington.
Hit us up, Mornington, if you want ad reads. But also, I'm not happy with you right now. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy for those two. Like I said, anything tech related just can. And Matt and I have been through this. There's been chump talk moments when, you know, like we had some pretty decent name interviews coming up, or like in the past with chump talk. And when you're going to get ready for something and something's not right on either the Zoom or the mics or anything like that, and you're scrambling around last minute, there's been some heated moments, and then it usually works out. Matt's trying to figure it out because Matt is better at tech than me in always tech.
But the head's also in a blender. Like you get so flustered and so pissed off you can't even focus on what you're doing after that.
Yeah.
Me.
No, me.
Oh yeah.
Or anyone.
Like,
or you.
Yeah.
If you're the one fighting, like that's what I mean. Like you, even if you get over the issue, you're so hot and bothered by it, it just throws you off your game. Especially when you have an interview within minutes after you get the tech figured out.
Yeah. Remember, I don't know if this was a tech thing, and I don't remember exactly what the question is. Maybe you do, but Joey Dusak was on the podcast. He was at that time he was a player for
I know where you're going.
For the Toronto Marlies. He was playing for the Marlies when we interviewed him, and we were chatting with him. And do you remember what the question was, Matt? Or you? I remember you just like. Go ahead.
I remember, I think I touched my shoulder as in like I got next question.
Yeah.
Had next question ready to go. And then literally the second it came time for me to ask it.
Yeah.
I had like it was like I transformed into a different brain. I had no idea what I was gonna I couldn't even make a word. So we're just like sitting there in silence, and I'm like, but yeah, like I had nothing. Like I couldn't even say a normal English word. I was so just lost in space.
Yeah, I think
Damn.
he said about 5 words that didn't go together, that didn't like you said, wouldn't have even been words. And then I think I just, threw something out there for him. But there'd have been a couple moments.
I do remember
interviewed by
that,
us two
yeah.
idiots, where it was just like, what the hell are these guys
But
doing?
that was definitely one of like the ones where I was like, yep, that was like 10 seconds of just terror there.
Yeah,
Didn't.
let's also, speaking about old chump talk stuff, let's get Sherby on an off-season episode. We don't need to
True.
talk football with him, but you guys, Jesse and Brett, need to meet the legend
Oh, yeah.
Sherbatov.
Yeah,
is-
that is.
Those were some of the best Trump Talk episodes. I follow him on Instagram, and that guy's a weapon. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's very active.
Last I
still.
saw him on Instagram, yeah, he was rating shootout moves or something. That's what he's been doing
Yeah.
on. I've seen a bit of that. Yeah, he's an absolute legend. We got to get him on, which shouldn't be a problem, because I think he loved doing our interviews more than any other interviews he did. He said he became a
he
new
loves
man.
us.
We literally got him like almost kicked out of Poland. There was articles. It's the only only article ever written about Chump Talk. It was in Polish, and we had to Google translate it. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
One of my favorite days of my life was just seeing our downloads fly up, and then like, what the hell's going on? And most of them are coming from like Poland and Russia, because he was big in Russia. Like, he played in Kazakhstan and Russia forever. So they were coming from there, and then there's articles, and remember, had to call him, be like, hey, did we just like screw you over? He's like, man, I don't know what I said. I was just all timer. All right, Matt's back on the clock.
Yeah, I'm back on the clock. Round 2, I guess. What is this? Pick 5. Round 2, pick 5. This one, I hope there's a lot of people that can relate to me. But it also is more of a personal one. The Toronto sports media makes me fume more than anything on the regular. More than anything.
Yeah,
and like, just an example, I love TS and Overdrive, Hayes, Noodles, O-Dog. Love them all.
Yeah.
But some of the shit in the headlines that come out because of the things that those guys say, and like the amount of traction it picks up, like, oh my gosh, this the other day they're talking, you can't see Matthews wanting to be a Leaf past this summer. Why are we even talking about that? Like, the guy's under contract for, like, things like that. It's like, no wonder why we never have anything good in Toronto sports. Like,
the Toronto sports media
drives me nuts.
I couldn't agree more. Toronto sports media is actively driving Austin Matthews out of Toronto. I honestly think that is happening. Like, the combination of him going to the Olympics and probably guys on that team just being like, dude, you don't need to deal with the shit you deal with in Toronto. And then he comes back to Toronto, where obviously you're having a bad year, more than likely not going to make the playoffs. The media is just probably puts him in a bad mood instantly. He's like, those guys are right. I should go somewhere else. I think that sports media is driving him out.
Yes, the Toronto Star headline after Matthews won the gold medal game.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. Insane.
US or Austin Matthews chooses Team USA over the Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Like, oh my, like,
Insane.
things like that. It's like people that don't even know hockey either, or know about the Leafs that write these articles. But it drives me nuts. Like, every day I see stuff like that. No one has it worse than Toronto. Toronto has about, I'd say, 30% of the fan base are the best fans in the league. The other 70% of fans in Toronto are the worst. They pick up everything, any negative headline, they just fiend over it. Like,
I think
Toronto lives for the negativity.
I think it's closer to like 70-30 that Toronto, like, the Maple Leaf fans are the best fans. Like, I think it's 70% the best fans.
There's way too many flip-floppers, though. Like, no one just like stays to their word.
Trust me, there's a lot of shitty Leaf fans, but like, you see away games, like the Leaf fans that go to away games, like even this season when we're bad.
That's
like,
true.
Those games before the break in Calgary and Edmonton and Vancouver, like, Leaf fans on the West Coast or ones that traveled down took over all 3 of those arenas, and they like, those fans are awesome. And playoffs, when you look at the fans that are outside the arena, those fans awesome. You're right.
And
the
unfortunate reality is, I would trade the strong road presence for a fan base and media that just like wants to believe in the team. I would trade that immediately.
100%.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
the negativity every single day drives
Oh.
it drives me crazy. Like I
Yeah,
want nothing but good things for all the Toronto sports, but it's 90% negativity. It drives me nuts. That was going to be my first round pick, but it's not necessarily for the people because there's obviously not everyone that's a Leaf fan, but
Yep.
that on the regular makes me fume more than anything.
You know, the only other I think there might be two others, but the only other one I see that's similar is the New York Yankees. And it's so much fun when the Jays beat the Yankees, like they beat them in playoffs last year, or even they just beat them during like a series, just a random series throughout the year. It's so much fun. Like if you go to Yankees Twitter or Yankees fans on social media, they're just going. And I think why it's so much fun to dunk on the Yankees fans when it's that is because it's like that's the shit we deal with as Leaf fans. But and then Cowboys, maybe I don't see as much, but I feel like the Cowboys are probably got to be on that same kind of tier. But
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah,
Jesse.
honestly, that's a good pick, Matt. I honestly think that might be a better pick than your first overall. Like your first one is like
my first one is
it makes
for the
you mad,
people.
but that's where I think that's dumb because like it's a pretty rare occurrence when that happens. It's aggravating, but like it doesn't happen to a lot of people.
I guess
Yeah.
it depends who you ask.
I don't know.
But
yeah,
Mhm.
you know, but it's probably
Yeah.
safe to say most people have a bit newer vehicle than an 07. So
it's by the way, 07 boys, it's an 04.
04.
Oh damn.
Like
Damn, yeah. I
show
wondered
a
about that.
little
when
bit
we-
of respect when you talk about the vehicle. Just a
Do you have
little bit.
an update on that, by the way? Do you have it back?
You mean it besides it being in tip top form again?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. There it is.
Let's talk in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. Okay. Second round pick here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really hoping my first overall gets me the like relates with people enough because I feel like all the rest on my board are very personal to me and just things that make me mad. And so yeah, I'm trying to my main thing, I could ramble for forever about things that make me mad. I have a hard time wording it in a way that's gonna look good on an Instagram post. That's what I worry about for this. So
Yep.
hopefully I get some votes from listeners more than just random Instagram followers. But anyway, so yeah, number 2, round 2, I'm gonna say like I don't want to say bad texter, but like people who like over text like just intentionally don't answer part of the message. So like I find myself in so many situations where I'm like texting with like one of my employees or maybe a customer or whatever, and I know like they're like my employee is with the customer at their house working on their car or whatever, and I'm like the customer's asking me questions and I need info from my employee before I can respond to the customer. And so I send like 2 questions and then I first of all have to wait 5 minutes for a reply, which pisses me off. And then the reply comes and it just didn't give me any of the information I was looking for. And it's just like, I'm so like every minute that passes, I get more mad. And then I finally get the answer and it doesn't give me any information. Just drives my blood starts to boil. I hate it.
The middleman.
But I don't know how that's going to look on an Instagram post. I don't know how to word that in like 8 words or less. But
the middleman in communication.
No, I don't think that's what.
All right. Well,
say,
what's your
like-
idea then, Gerbs? Lick my balls.
Yeah,
Well, I
this
mean,
is-
I'm looking out for Jesse. If I see that I don't even know what that means on a
Yeah.
graphic.
All right.
Yeah, I
well,
think-
forget I said anything.
I like if I can't think anything better, you could just say like being a bad texter, I guess. But I'll try to think of better wording for the graphic before we put it out. But that's kind of a fallback, I guess.
Yeah, bad texture I think is fair. Do you and I know this pisses people off, but I have every year that goes on, I am much more of a make a phone call guy than a text guy. And there's some people that just like hate when I call. Like all friends that just like I'm thinking of one in particular, guy that's going to be giving me a tattoo. I'll call him. He won't answer. He'll text me, "What's up?" Like,
yeah.
God, it's just so much. In my opinion, his people's thing would be like, that's just a quick, easy text. Like, why do you need to call? In my opinion, it's just like, hey, you get to like, talk to your buddy for a second, and then you get your quick answer what you need, in and out, bang. I'm a phone guy 100%, but
No, I like that. I agree. In those situations I like it. This is why it's kind of a bad pick for a draft because it's so specific to me. It's where like I can't call my employee and ask them because I have a customer who's like complaining and I can't call my employee and ask them because the customer can likely hear what the employee is saying to me on the
Right.
phone.
Right.
So that's more, but there's situations like that. But yeah, I would much rather just call. That's 100% true.
Yeah. Okay.
You got a back to back?
Yeah, Jess.
I'm on back to back. Okay.
Back to back.
Damn. Okay. Well, again, all mine very personal to myself. Hold on a second. I lost my list.
Yeah, that's fair. Draft. So the bright lights of a
Dude,
draft.
back-to-backs.
Matt and I have seen it many times.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh man, I don't know. This is tough. I had a few, and now I have a very big list, and there's like 3 on it that I like, and now I'm can't find the 3 that I like.
Yep. I'm realizing I got a few. I could go all tech. I'm realizing I could go 4 for 4 tech.
Oh my gosh, I had 2. There was one that I had that I was gonna put in place of like before the one I just did, and I completely lost it. I'm sorry, boys. I'm blowing this.
That's all right. You are the clock is ticking, but
it's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure. Oh boy, I'm gonna say being put. This is again partially business owner, like whatever, but I'm gonna say being put on hold for a very long period of time.
No, that's a good pick.
Having bad hold music on top of that, like.
Yeah.
There's some, I don't know. There's actually some companies out there now that are having like just like radio music on their holds as their hold music, and that is like you'd be surprised how much of a difference that makes, and just you're being less annoyed by it. But yeah, so being put on hold when it's just like the typical elevator music, it just
being on hold for an extended period of time.
Yeah,
that's probably I would say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to. Remember to keep a list of what you've drafted for after with the wording.
Yep.
And then Matt is back on the clock.
I'm back on the clock. I'm going to kind of describe mine, and then I need help configuring it down into short form sentence. Okay.
Yep.
But I hope it's not just me that wants to like spaz out like this sometimes. But so essentially, let's say 3 hours ago, I put my bag in the shed outside, my hockey bag, getting ready for Tuesday night hockey. Just put it in the shed to get out of the house, right? And in an hour from now, I go outside to grab it. And it's dark. I can't see nothing. I'm holding my bag that has my toiletry and shower stuff and fresh clothes in one hand. So I've just really got one hand open. And I'm trying to grab my bag out of the shed, but it's like snagged on something, and I'm like, what? No, I just like set it in here nicely. And you just want to, like, with every fiber in your body, you just want to rip it back so hard, like just to get it out of there, but you know that you'll cause more damage than good, so you don't do it. But you have this like brief moment where you just want to like break the shit,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do know. I do know.
I struggle. It's like those like brief moments where you just want to like put all your force into something, but you don't do it every time because you know that if you do, whatever you're touching will probably never be the same again.
Yeah, I did this on the weekend. I redid my floor in my living room, so a few couches had to be moved out. I had my wonderful wife helping me carry, get the sectional through the little door in our kitchen. The couch is obviously a little wider, so you got to kind of angle it, and we get half the couch through. The second half, the one leg on it won't come, and I can see how close it is to getting through that door, but it's just not coming. And after a little bit of back and forth, I was probably a little bit rude to Jill in this time, and which I've apologized for. And the couch still not coming with a with a tiny fit of rage, which Matt's talking about there, yank it through. And now I think I'm going to be doing a little bit of touch-up painting. But yeah. So I do see what you're saying, Matt. I see what you're saying. I'm not sure how we're going to be able to shorten this and put it on a graphic.
Well, that's what I mean, though. Like, but even like to get this down to like 6 or 7 words, like brief,
like I can see you
spaz
getting
attacks.
No, well, you just
like,
want to
spaz
attacks. That's
yeah. Well, you just like you don't care about anything else. You just want to like do whatever you can to like get you out of the scenario.
Yeah, but being fuming mad like can be having a spaz attack. Like it's kind of like
right.
It's the thing that causes you to have the spaz attack. We're trying to
the whole point of this draft is, and I could see you maybe getting some votes from listeners on this one, but graphic wise,
I think
when you're trying to grab something that's stuck,
that's yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure how
routine daily nuisances.
Yeah, I think I almost had this. I got a way to word this.
Unnecessary daily nuisances.
I'd say when an easy task is really hard, like when it should be easy, but it's like
when an easy task becomes
the
most difficult moment of your life.
Yes, something like that. Yeah, like
Okay, yeah, that's what it is. Write that down. When an easy task become the most difficult moment of your life.
Oh, I love that.
Okay. That was the one I was thinking of when I just totally blanked, and then it said freaking put on hold. Those were the words that was losing. I couldn't remember.
And I have a pick.
Say that again, boys. I got the typo thing ready to
when an easy task becomes very hard or becomes very difficult.
Yeah. And I have one on my list that probably can't be picked now because of that, so I'll say it to kind of go along with that. But one I had that's not a pick because I think it's too similar to Matt's, but it was when you're doing something handy that should be pretty easy and it's just not working.
Yeah.
That is just there's been, if a hammer's beside me and something needs to go somewhere, that hammer is being used with force there. So I think good pick, Matt, for the listeners. Graphic wise, I'm not too sure about, but we'll see. All right, I'm back to back, and I'm really debating if I go all tech. I'm gonna go one more tech. And that's cookies. Accepting cookies.
Yeah.
I still don't even know what the hell accepting cookies. I never know if I'm supposed to accept it. I never know if I'm supposed to reject it. I never know if I can just hit the X and if I can still go on this website because I just hit the X. If I accept cookies, what does that mean? Are they watching me? If I reject cookies, is the website not going to be the same? Like, what the hell does cookies even mean? And just seeing cookies on everything just pisses me off. So
I heard a rumor that if you reject them, it doesn't do anything. Like, it doesn't change anything versus if you were to accept it.
So I can just start rejecting all cookies and nothing will happen?
I think so. I think you can reject all of them.
I mean,
because I think now
I don't know if it changes anything.
Okay, now I think I'm usually an acceptor of cookies because I want to keep doing whatever I'm doing on the website. But I if you guys telling me this, I'm ready to hit reject all on all cookies. I'm firm.
They do make the accept button a lot easier to find than the reject button.
Yeah, it's always blue and bigger, and then reject all just seems like, is this website going to crash down? So on the graphic, it'll say having to accept cookies on a website.
Yep.
Having to accept cookies on a website. I'm excited for honorable mentions because I got lots I want to talk about here, but I'm just trying to narrow down which one I want on my graphic. I'm gonna go with one. We're gonna go back to the road. Gonna go back to vehicles a little bit with this one. The guy who parks in a parking lot with some vehicle they think is so sick that takes up 2 spots on purpose in a parking lot. There was this might be a niche thing. I know you guys will both know what I'm talking about, but I don't know many of the listeners. But if you've been in New Hamburg, the plaza with the Scram and Dram and the Twice the Deal and Pita Pit and whatever is in that plaza, it is, when you go for lunch, I was just trying to grab a slice of pizza last week. That parking lot is always way too full. There's not near enough parking. And I was looping around that thing because if you're, you can go park at the beer store back and it's a bit of a walk, but I'm on my lunch. I got a little bit of time to kill. I was just kind of doing laps in the parking lot waiting. There's this truck, not that nice a truck in my opinion, taking up 2 spots, and it was clearly it was not a snowy day. The lines were the lines were there. This guy did this on purpose, and there's no spots in the whole parking lot. And then here's this asshole taking up 2 spots. It makes me, and I don't know if this is a stat, but I would think it makes it more likely that people are going to do something to your vehicle if you do that. Because I don't think I'm alone. Yeah. I don't think I'm alone with that pissing people off. Like, especially, you get some angry redneck that's just trying to park somewhere. If he sees your Corvette parked in the middle like that, and he's in his big, probably same year as the Pontiac Vibe, an 04 Chevy Silverado, jacked up, and the type of guy I'm talking about. If he can't find a parking spot and he sees a Corvette like that, I feel like he's more likely to do something to that vehicle than if it was just parked normally. So that guy that thinks he's too cool to park in just a single spot really pissed me off.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Love that one.
Okay. That is a good pick.
And I'm done.
That plaza, dude, I know it's way too full all the time. I've parked across the road at the New Orleans Pizza and then walked across the road to the Twice the Deal Pizza to get pizza and then walk back to the New Orleans Pizza park. Like, there's nothing else you can do. And the lunch, when you're getting a slice, like Twice the Deal is where you go. And anyway.
Yeah. Just got a text from Brett that he's not going to make it as well. Should I get him to text his top 4 picks for graphic?
I think so.
Sure.
Okay.
Hopefully they're not overlapping.
Yeah, if he's got any repeats, I'll make him give another one.
Yeah. Cool. Am I on the clock?
No, I think back to me.
Yeah.
For my last pick here, a personal one. It's gonna make people just think I'm the most angry morning person on the planet. But some mornings it is required that I need to move a car seat from one vehicle to another, and it's one of those things where I obviously didn't know anything about car seats until about a year and a half ago or whatever. Never would have, if someone would have told me how brutal it was, I'd be like, it can't be that bad. Yeah. The ones where you got to clip it in and put the seatbelt through it, oh my god, it is it is torture sometimes. And I don't know if our car seat is just kind of the quality of it is trending downwards in regards to how it, like, because I move it around so much, but man, to get those clips into the bars and the cushions in your seat, oh man, I'm mother trucking some mornings trying to get those things clipped in there, like, brutal experience. But for how often I got to do that, it is 100% one of the least favorite things I do every week, and
I think that's
got to do it. I'm not complaining, but man, it sucks.
And it is also just a fact that, it's notoriously, you can be a little angry in the morning as it is.
Yes.
Could be a contributor.
I usually, it's, I don't know. And I'm putting it into cars too. So like, low to the ground, just brutal posture and everything. Like, it just, everything about it sucks.
Yeah. If we had this conversation like a week ago, I'd have been like, dude, just buy a second car seat. But I've since learned we are currently shopping for car seats, and I have learned how absurdly expensive car seats can be, and strollers, and unbelievable. Wife sent me a listing for like a Facebook Marketplace used for like a stroller, car seat, whatever. No, not car seat, because you can't buy those. I don't know. It was like $800, and she's telling me it was a deal.
Yeah.
Probably
one of those ones where the car seat can also go on the stroller.
Yeah, it is. But apparently, even in those, you never buy a used car seat. You always buy a new car seat, apparently. I don't know. I'm learning about all this right now.
Oh, yeah.
Blew my mind that $800 used is somehow a deal. I don't know. So yeah,
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I feel like that's gonna be a popular pick for among parents. So
Yep.
yeah,
Carson
do I
Bear
have
intimidating.
final pick of the draft here, or
Pick of
do
the
you have one
draft,
more?
Yep.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Final pick. Okay, yeah, Mr. Irrelevant. Here we go. I do think I like this pick as last. I think this will get me some votes on the Instagram. Maybe you don't even have to really listen to the pod for this one to understand this one. But uh, when a member of your group is late for the tea time, that is just it's and
Ooh.
like especially when it's the same guy over and over again. And you just know before you even get there that he's going to show up and you're going to be on the tee box waiting for him. Like it's just,
Yep.
yeah, that makes my blood boil, grinds my gears.
Oh
So,
yeah, just people that are always late in general, and it just so
Yeah.
happens that probably the two closest people in my life, Jill and Matt, notoriously late for everything.
Me.
Yeah, you. Oh, I'll be over in 25 minutes later. The vibe rolls up.
No.
Yeah,
well, it didn't
No.
start.
I'm
yeah.
not. Yeah, exactly. Had to boost it. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Not bad, but I could be better. But
No, you're bad.
the worst
You're
person
bad.
that I know is Lloyd.
Yeah, Lloyd's worse. Yeah.
Lloyd, yes. Golf, you can't mess around. You got to tell him the tee time is a half hour before.
Yeah, you
If
straight
he
up gotta lie
if
to
he
him.
tells you he'll be there at 12:30, expect him at 1:30. And
Yeah.
it's just like coming. Like, I'm not that bad. There's a lot worse than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I say like 5 minutes and it's like 10 or 15, I think that's reasonable. You know.
Yeah, but why say 5 minutes if you know you're not going to make it
Okay,
in
well, I
5?
feel like I would never say 5 if I'm coming
You
to
do.
Linwood.
You okay? Well, sure. Then you'd say 10, but it's really 25 or it's 20.
What's it matter?
Yeah,
Because
I do that. I do that
Are
too.
we
I'm not gonna
teeing
lie.
off in your backyard or?
well, maybe we got to get somewhere. Maybe I'm just excited, or maybe whatever.
You're excited to hang out with me. That's where
No.
you were going.
No.
No,
you
I couldn't have been.
you
That's not where I was going.
you got yourself that one.
Honorable mentions. I'll go through mine. Then I'm curious for yours. The ones that didn't get picked. This one very niche for me, but I feel like anybody else that deals with allergies, whether it's seasonal, whether it's pets, whatever it is, anybody that deals with allergies and sneezes a lot from those allergies, which is me. Cats are the worst. But then seasonal allergies a little bit, and then the dogs that shed a lot also get me. When people get mad at you for sneezing, or like, oh, are you like almost done sneezing? I'm like, you think I fucking want to be sneezing right now? Like, you actually think like I can do anything about this? Sneezing sucks. You think there's anything in me that I want to keep doing this? Like, do you think I enjoy it? No, I don't enjoy it. So anyone that even gives me a look, like my buddies always used to in high school just be like, are you almost done, dude? Like, yeah, I wish I was almost done. I really do. There's nothing I can do about it. And it makes me so mad when people like ask me to stop sneezing, or like even make a face, even acknowledge that I'm sneezing other than saying bless you. That just pissed me off. And also, don't say bless you every single time. If I'm going to sneeze 3 or 4 times in a row, you wait till I'm done and then say it once.
Yeah, you got to listen to the sound and anticipate which one was the last one.
Yeah. You can when, and you can just look at the person too. Like if there's one sneeze and they're all still like this, like there's more coming. You just let them do their thing, and then maybe say bless you, or say like I'm sorry you're dealing with that. Thank you. That would be nice. But there's people that actually that don't deal with any allergies or don't sneeze a lot that want to say something like that to me. I grinds my gears.
Dude,
I didn't think it would look great on a graphic though. Body injuries to your body is another one.
That was on one of mine. Yeah,
I got a new one over the weekend. It's and I told Matt, don't be worried for the Whalers because it's not gonna affect my play on the field. But the left shoulder is just starting to get better. The right shoulder, it's like
the left shoulder's getting better now.
Maybe I told Jill I think it's just maybe getting better because
God.
the right one feels so bad today. Like it's like I don't know if I tweaked something over the weekend working. I don't know what it was, but it's like it's just been tense all day. Like sleeping last night, if I slept on it in a bad way, like the right shoulder and into the neck here has just been just been in a world of pain. So just body, like up until like I had some back things when I was younger, but up until like a year and a half, 2 years ago, I never really had anything like lingering injuries that would stick around. Like I never really had anything, and now all of a sudden they've been piling up back and left shoulder, and now right shoulder, and it's just it's so fuming to think about, because it's like, are you thinking like, I don't think we're old enough where we can just be like, well, this is what it is now. Our body's just hurt. Like we're getting old. We shouldn't be there yet.
Shouldn't
I
be.
don't think.
No,
I don't
shouldn't
think.
be.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
But you are.
Maybe we just are.
You can't say you, because you're in the exact same boat, if not worse.
What am I struggling with on the daily right now?
Oh, did you miss hockey a couple weeks ago? I haven't missed hockey once for an injury this year.
Maybe you should be. You haven't been right in like a year. I had a brief back injury for 2 weeks, and besides that, I've been healthy as a bug bodily the last year.
That's just not. Wait till you throw one baseball this year. Your right shoulder will be down.
Later in the season, maybe, but
no, early on. I remember you told me recently, if I, like first game, if I throw the ball,
if I didn't warm up and I just hucked one as hard as I could, for sure I would feel it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you're in the same boat as me. My last honorable mentions.
Your boat is sunk.
Paying for streaming services when they have blackouts, like Sportsnet's the one I want to put on. Like paying for Sportsnet. Thankfully, there's ways around it. And that's just what you got to do now these days, because you pay for Sportsnet, and all of a sudden the Leafs are playing in Ottawa, and you can't watch the game because regional restrictions apply. There's a blackout because they're playing any other team, like any other. I think all the West Coast teams too, like if they're playing in Calgary, Vancouver, Edmonton, couldn't see those games. So blackouts on a service that you pay for is just extremely mad. And then I had talk when someone says I'll be there in 5 and they take 20 minutes, and then someone passing, opposite of Jesse's a little bit, somebody passing you on the road when you're going, like, say you're in an 80 going 100 and somebody passes you. That always pisses me off a little bit. I always step on the gas a little bit more when somebody does that. That just makes me mad. Maybe that's like a masculinity thing. Like, you're not past me. Like I'm already going fast, but it doesn't matter what it is. It pisses me off. Those are my honorable mentions.
Nice.
Yeah. Mine similar, like a couple of traffic ones, obviously, like people going slow. Just being in traffic in general, I have such a short fuse. I just have no patience. Like, for being someone who's never used to sitting in traffic, whenever I do sit in traffic, I hate every second of it.
Yeah.
Another one on my list that I thought about saying, people that literally don't touch their sidewalk the whole winter. Like, I'm not saying we got to be down to the bare bone, but the people that you can tell just never touch their sidewalk once, and it's just a pure buildup of it, especially pushing strollers. Like, I tell you, pushing a stroller in the winter when people don't do anything on their sidewalk is a miserable experience. Like, miserable. And it's just miserable even just walking the dog, like not even with a stroller. Like, people that don't touch their sidewalk once in the winter, and there are people, and it drives me nuts. Like, just drives me nuts.
I do agree, but if I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit, because I'm on a, you guys can picture,
you can have it this thick, but it needs to be smooth. I don't care if it's built up like this, like if it's 6 inches of build up, I don't care. But if it's got to be smooth, like we can't be having hilly sidewalks, or it's insane that people can get away with that. And there are a lot of people near Wellesley School that have sidewalks like that, and it mind boggles me that they don't get told they got to do something about that. Like, there's kids walking on hilly ice on a sidewalk every day. It just drives me nuts. Like, again, I don't care. It doesn't need to be down to the bone, but it needs to be somewhat of a smooth surface. Like,
because I don't think, like, mine, I live on a corner lot, and the snowplow just screws me every morning in the dead of winter. Like, I couldn't, for the last stretch of my sidewalk going like towards out of town there, I couldn't see the sidewalk all winter. I was like shoveling out on the shoulder because it just build up and build up and build up. There's nothing I could do about it. So there are some things like that, but I did keep it smooth. So I it was like you couldn't see the sidewalk, but I kept it like a smooth path for people. So
Yeah, there could be a foot of snow on the sidewalk. Don't care. It just has to be smooth. Like,
That's good.
just
Yeah.
leveled off.
Yeah, I had a couple honorable mentions. You made me think of one, Gerbs. My wife gets so mad at me when I see her winding up for a sneeze, and I bless her before she sneezes, and then
Yep.
it snaps her out of the. So that that could be one. Another one I thought about is when people use a group chat for like very obvious, just text the person one-on-one. Like
Right.
two guys are going back and forth messaging in a group chat of 10 people, and you're like, dude, just text the dude. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But
yeah, that's fair. I thought we could quick. There's a few NFL headlines to quick go over that I have here. We don't need to spend too much time on them, but just we are Sunday Fun Day, so a few headlines here. Cardinals confirm releasing Kyler Murray. I think we all expected that. Just quick answer. Where do you think? Because Kyler Murray, I do think when he's playing well is at least a fun quarterback to watch. There's something about the height of Kyler Murray and the speed. Like when he's just flying around, his legs look like they're moving 10 times faster than everybody else. I think he can be a fun quarterback. So where like just off top of your head could be a landing spot for him?
Minnesota.
Yeah.
That's interesting, actually. Maybe the Jets.
Yeah. Jets, I'd have to hate them. But
yeah.
All possible.
Wow, dude, how much hate do you really have for a team that's just that bad all the time, though? Like, is that affected at all? Or do you think?
Yeah, they're certainly not on the level of the Bills and Patriots for me, but it's still just in the division, and they're still on the hate list for sure. The Kenneth Walker, this one shocked me. The Seahawks decided not to tag him. I think when we did our top 5 running back free agents last week, I think I said he's like almost for sure a Seahawk. They're tagging him. They elected to not use their tag and making him a full on free agent. He can sign anywhere he wants. So it'll be interesting to see is he just going to take the biggest number, because it seems like running backs, they like to. There's been like a thing with running backs lately that they don't get paid enough. So if he gets a massive contract, would he be the type of guy that's like, this is good for all running backs if I take this massive contract and maybe go somewhere that's not necessarily like even a playoff team or a big time contender? Or is he going to try to sign somewhere where he can win again? I think that's just going to be interesting. But he by winning that Super Bowl MVP and playing the way he did that last game, he made himself a shit ton of money, though. That's just undeniable.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. Like, let's just say Seahawks lose the first game of the postseason or whatever. This whole miracle run doesn't happen. The Kenny Walker stuff doesn't happen. I mean, in regards to the fantasy perspective, he's been kind of like that guy that nobody wants to really touch too much over the last few years, I would say. Like, yes, he's capable of good games. Never has massive games, though. And I feel like more often than not, the games are kind of underwhelming in regards to a fantasy perspective. So I think, I don't know. It's crazy, like what the postseason and winning can do, because obviously, like I think the teams in the league and whoever would probably be looking at this a lot differently if he wasn't the Super Bowl MVP and had a great postseason for them. But I don't know. It's so hard to say, like whether. I don't even know like what teams would want to throw the bag at Kenny Walker, like Chiefs. But I also wonder though, like, yes, Kenny Walker had a great postseason, but is Kenny Walker a top 10, a top 15 running back in the league? I think in many cases you could make the argument that he's not.
I just think
you absolutely could.
I think you maybe could too. But I just think with the playoffs he had and I think Charbonnet getting hurt there.
But that's what I mean, though. You take the playoffs away.
Yeah. Well,
are you coveting Kenny Walker in free agency? Like, you're probably looking at it way differently. And I feel like teams will, take that with a grain of salt to a degree. Like,
yeah, but also like the whole regular season, like he had Charbonnet the whole time. Like his numbers were where they were. You could also say because he wasn't getting the opportunity.
Yeah, but I would also
Yeah,
say
there's
he's been the full-time running back there for like 5 years now. He's had lots of opportunity to run away with it. And he's
yeah, I
never
think
really like truly been,
Yeah.
defined himself as a top RB
I
in the
agree,
league.
and I think I actually think, and I hate to give him credit, but he's not here, so I'll say it. I think Brett actually said this last when we were talking about this, when you were like, he's almost for sure a franchise tag. He was like, yeah, they're gonna like, and it's gonna be a mistake. Or he said if someone gives him, if he leaves and goes to free agency, so someone's gonna give him a shit ton of money and it's gonna be a mistake. And I think you're right, Matt, and that a lot of teams are gonna look at it like that and say, like, he had an incredible run in the playoffs, but he had a lot of opportunity before that to prove that he was the guy, and he might not be a top 10, top 15 in the league. And so there will be a lot of teams that don't want to pay him, but there's enough teams in the league that somebody's going to be dumb and give him way too much money.
100%.
And
Like he will get
yeah,
paid. It's hard. Like I have a hard time imagining a team with Super Bowl aspirations is going to throw the money
yeah,
at, not a top RB in the league. Like especially at the RB position is so weird. Like we've
yeah,
seen it so many times. You don't necessarily need to have like the sponified running back to take you to the promised land. Obviously it helps, but
Mm,
doesn't, like I feel like so many teams value the offensive and defensive side of like other positions more than running backs in a way. So it'll be interesting to see. It'll be weird to see him in a New Jersey next year if that is the case. Just feels like he's been a Seahawk for super long time now. I don't know if it's been 5 or 6 years, but obviously as long as he's been in the league, he's been a Seahawk. So
yeah.
it'll be different if he does move on.
Yeah. No,
Mhm.
I think he'll be great somewhere, but I wouldn't want I wouldn't want the Dolphins to pay him, like assuming we didn't have HA, and I wouldn't want them to give him a massive contract. So I see what you guys are saying too. The flip side of things, we do have a franchise tag of a running back, and that is going back to the New York Jets. I gotta feel a
Mhm.
little bit for Brees Hall.
Mhm. Yeah,
Jetsy,
yeah, I
as a
do feel,
fantasy owner,
yeah,
that's kept him 3 years in a row. Would you like to break
tough.
any news? Will he be kept?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I doubt it. We'll see. I'd be like, it was funny. Like, I was like, well, maybe depending on what the Jets do, but like that offseason that they
Yeah.
got Rodgers and all that stuff, like that was the peak of like, wow, look at what they could be. And then they still turned out the way they did. So yeah, no, Brees Hall will not be kept in fantasy this year. And I will say too, as a fantasy owner for 3 years of Brees Hall, especially this trade deadline, I was like NFL trade deadline, not fantasy. I was really hoping that Brees Hall would get moved. There was rumors to the Chiefs and all that stuff. I was a very close watcher of Brees Hall's tweets at the time, and he sent and deleted within 15 minutes multiple tweets that made it very obvious that he just does not want to be a Jet. And so
Yeah.
you feel bad for the guy. You feel bad for the guy for sure. What is a franchise tag just one more year for him? Is that
Yeah, like
so?
they'd have
One
to
more
So
year
they'd
and
yeah,
then
have to
he's a
do it
free
again.
agent. Yeah.
yeah. So he'll either get dealt at the deadline or next year. He will not be a Jet past the end of this season, but feel for him.
And then last headline I have here, and I'm gonna read a little bit of this one. Chicago Bears center Drew Dahlman told the team he's retiring from the NFL. Per Adam Schefter, Dahlman walks away from football at the age of 27 after a Pro Bowl campaign in 2025. He was 1 year into a 3-year contract, $42 million deal he signed with the Bears last offseason. The center was a key addition as the team aimed to improve quarterback Caleb Williams' offensive line. This is now going to be Caleb Williams' third center in 3 years. After what seemed, everything I've read and heard about this, he was awesome for you. Obviously, I wasn't too dialed into your centers play this year, but from everything I've seen, he was great. Obviously, he was a Pro Bowler, and then suddenly walks away at age 27. I'm not sure if you've heard any more of any reasoning why. Not that he has to really give a reason why. That's his right to do. But as a Bears fan, that's got to leave you a tiny bit scared.
Yeah, I mean a little bit. I haven't heard anything as to why. I don't know. I know it was very surprising. No one saw it coming. I think, yeah, in terms of the Bears in the future, like the Bears did go from one of the worst offensive lines to one of the best. Like probably, I don't know about statistically top 3 or top 5 or something. They were their offensive line as a unit this year was very, very good. So who knows what they'll replace him with, who they'll replace him with. I think there's a lot of room to maybe be a little bit worse than last year, but still not near as bad as 2 years ago. So hopefully it's not all that bad, and then the rest of the line can kind of pick them up. But obviously the center is a pretty important part. So who knows?
Yeah.
Oh, bear down.
Bear down, you bet.
That's all I got. That's all I got for NFL. I think it was a good draft. Maybe we should give our just say your 4 picks quick. I'll start. My 4 picks for the draft, things that make us fuming mad. First was 2-step verification when signing in. Bad Wi-Fi when you can't do anything about it, and I apologize to listeners. I hope you stuck through, and I hope it wasn't as bad as it is in my head. Number 3, having to accept cookies on a website. Number 4, when people take up 2 parking spots on purpose. I like my list, boys.
Yeah, it's not bad.
The cookies one scares me because like it does make me really like cookies. Just the thought of them make me really angry, but it is also a pretty simple.
I can't have ever even thought about fuming when I've had to like make a half second click.
Fair.
But that's just me.
Yeah. No, I usually don't have issues pulling my hockey bag out of a room where it might get caught on something, and then I want to.
No, that hasn't even happened. Like,
that's just an example.
No, an example. Well, there's like I keep my hockey bag inside until I leave.
Oh.
There's been times where I pulled things out of the shed in the dark because I don't have a light out there. And brother, let me tell you, there's probably things that are bent, things that are broken.
Yeah.
Because when I want to take something out of there and it gets,
So you gave an example for something like for that with something that's never actually happened.
It's crazy.
I mean, basically it's happened. Like it's happened in the shed, taking something out, it's got stuck. And I've almost just decided to put every ounce of force I have to ripping it out of there, but not my hockey bag. I keep my hockey bag.
Yeah,
inside.
I kind of feel like I gave you one with that because I had that like an easy task that becomes really difficult in my head, and I was like, I want to take it, but after listening to you explain, that kind of was what you were talking about, but you couldn't find the words, and I feel like
now I almost think it looks better on the graphic than his actual point was.
100% it does. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Both you guys could shut up. It was the 8th pick selected, so y'all could have took it before that.
Yeah.
But my first one, car doesn't start. Second one, Toronto sports media. Third one, when easy task becomes the hardest moment ever. My last one, the installation of seats.
Nice.
Boom.
Yep. And I had drivers who drive under the speed limit, waiting on a text, getting a reply that doesn't answer your question, being on hold for an extended period of time, and guys who are late for tea time. So,
okay. And Brad did not get back to us with his picks, so if he does tonight, we'll put him in the graphic. If not, he will be awarded 0 points.
Well, we might give him more time. Maybe we'll give him more time than just tonight because I don't know if the graphic's going up before like tomorrow night.
The graphic's not getting up tonight. We'll give him till Jesse and I figure out how to get a graphic up at some point.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. That's how it'll be. Good episode, everybody. Again, I apologize for internet issues. Someday this podcast.
Just the first 5 minutes that was ass. It was
past the first 5 minutes we were golden.
Okay, good. Because you guys lagged on my screen a few times, but you never know how that actually turns out. So I hope it was all right. Someday this podcast is someday we're gonna get a studio somewhere that we can go to. That's the dream. Might be shooting for the stars, but if you're not shooting at the stars, then how do you get there?
I knew this is going to be the worst statement ever. I could see on your face as you started saying it.
What did you? Oh man, Jesse, do you remember what Matt said before we started recording?
Oh shoot!
Damn,
no, but it was awful. It was worse than the nail in the head of the coffin.
I think it was
Ah.
like I think he was like grasping at straws, but he said like you're just throwing. Well, damn it. Do you remember what you said?
I'll
Matt?
I'll
I
remember
remember
it,
it. I'm
but-
not going to bring it up.
yeah.
You remember?
Oh yeah.
Say it. Say it.
I think I said fishing for straws,
Fishing for straws. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is that still works. That's not crazy.
You're
I
just fishing for straws at this point.
Like
He said.
fishing,
Yeah.
like fishing is more than just the actual thing of getting fish.
yeah, it's getting straws.
Like,
What else is it?
it's a verb. Like it's like something you do. Like I'm fishing around for shit. Like
All right.
you know where to go. I'm fishing around for it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't want to hear it
Fishing for
anymore.
straws.
I don't want to hear it anymore.
Grasping at straws is a saying, but what does that saying actually mean? No, grasping at straws, is that the saying?
Yes.
That's
What does that
Grasping
mean?
at
well,
straws.
that's one of the sayings.
Fishing for
Like-
straws is not a saying.
I went with the slang
Absolutely
term.
not.
That's gonna love that one. Fishing for straws. Have a good week, everybody. I hope you catch your straws.
We grasp our fish.
Isaiah Likely to the Dolphins.
Max Crosby to the Bears.
Panthers?